Good morning, children. Welcome back. So, in the previous lecture, we have studied about five kingdoms of classification, that was Monera, Protista, Plantae, Animalia, and Fungi. So, how did you remember this? I gave you a sentence. Monday project is fun, play, art. M stands for Monera, P stands for Protista, F stands for fungi, P stands for plantae, and A stands for animalia. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will see all these kingdoms in detail. Our first kingdom is Monera. Monera is a Greek word that is mon means a single or solitary. So there are some characteristics. In exams, the question would be like, give the characteristics of kingdom Monera, or else you will be shown a diagram of examples of Monera, and you will be expecting to write the characteristics. So let us see the characteristics of all these kingdoms. The first characteristics of Monera is, the name suggests, is one-celled organism. It is a single cell organism. The cells have no membrane around the nucleus. As I have already told that it is a prokaryotic. Prokaryotic means primitive. The nucleus doesn't have any of the cell wall or membrane. Membrane means there is a wall which protects the nucleus. So there is no such nuclear membrane. Next, third characteristic is reproduces by splitting in two. That is, we can say it by binary fission. Fission means separating. Okay, so reproduction is done by splitting in two. This reproduction is seen in the amoeba and the paramecium also. Next characteristic is absorb nutrients from outside their bodies. That is, they are heterotrophic. Some monerans cause diseases, but others are helpful to people. All the sorts of bacteria come in the kingdom Monera. So as we know, some bacteria are useful. Like you can give the example of buttermilk, the curd, milk, everything has a bacteria. The name of the bacteria is lactobacillus, which is present in the curd. So it is helpful to us. But all other bacteria which causes diseases to us are harmful. So you can see the picture over there. The example is bacteria and anemone. Okay, we will turn over to the next kingdom, that is Protista. Protista is again it is a Greek word. The Greek word is protistos, meaning a very first. Okay, so this is also a one cell, that is single cell, but some have many cells. Cells have a membrane around the nucleus. There is a membrane around nucleus. Some get nutrients and energy by eating other organisms. That is, some are autotrophic and some are heterotrophic. Some get energy from the sun and nutrients from the water around them. That is, some are the aquatic also. Most reproduce by splitting in two. Again, the examples which I gave you, that are amoeba and paramecium. Examples, you can see the diagrams there, paramecia and amoeba. As there is no cell wall in the amoeba, the shape is irregular. Next kingdom, you can see fungi. The fungi is the plural word of fungus, and this is a Latin word, and Latin meaning of the fungus word is mushroom. Therefore, the fungi is a Latin word. Heterotrophic eukaryotic organism. Heterotrophic, that is, it depends on others for the foods. Eukaryotic organism means true. It has a true nucleus in it. Karyon means nucleus. So true nucleus, eukaryotic organism. They are saprophytes. Saprophytes means what? They live on the decomposing material. Okay, that these are known as saprophytes. Third characteristic is the cell wall is made of chitin. So the chitin, what is chitin? You have seen this material many of the times. You can remember as the shells which you see on the seashore. Then the cockroach, the outermost cover of the cockroach body, it is also made of chitin. Some of them live in close relationship with certain algae and plants, forming lichens and mycorrhizae. The lichens and mycorrhizae are a type of plants which are halfly autotrophic and halfly heterotrophic. Some of them have the ability of being multicellular. So examples are yeast, mushroom, rhizopus. Now we turn over to the kingdom Plantae. This is a huge kingdom there now. The Plantae includes multicellular organisms. All sorts of plants come under the kingdom Plantae, except for some primitive relatives of algae. That is, some of the algae are there which are present, comes under the that is zooplanktons or phytoplanktons. Zooplanktons means small organisms which are present in the water, and phytoplanktons are some of the small microorganisms which are single cellular but found in the water. So they are called zooplanktons, which do not come under the kingdom Plantae. So some of the plants are it consists in the bacteria. So the Plantae kingdom consists of all multicellular organisms. They are again eukaryotes. I am repeating again, eukaryotes means they have true nucleus. They have the nuclear membrane around it. They have cell wall made up of cellulose. Cellulose means the all the cattle, all the animals which they eat raw vegetables. So the raw vegetables or the hay you give to the cow, it consists of cellulose. So this particle or this material is a component of cell wall. The nutrition of plant is mostly autotrophic. Growth in plants is generally indefinite due to presence of growing points. This point you can skip. Next, in the kingdom Plantae, you have the major divisions. On which basis? The first basis is differentiating the body parts. That is, the body of a plant is differentiated into the stem, leaves, roots and flowers. Second basis is presence of vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means what? As we have veins in our body, the same way the plants also have a vascular system. Vascular meaning is vein. So they have and why do they need this vascular system? As we need to transport whatever we eat, whatever we drink to whole parts of the body, the same thing is needed to the plants. So transport of water and food, which whatever they consume, is needed to be transported, and therefore they need the vascular system. So they have a xylem and phloem. Xylem again is a Greek word, that is xylon, meaning wood, and phloem is again a Greek word, that is phloes, meaning a bark. So xylem helps in transport of water and phloem helps in transport of food. Whichever you feel easier you can remember, but I think phloem will be more easy to remember, like fur and fur. Phloem for food. Okay, if you remember this, it is easy to remember that xylem is for water. Then the third basis is reproduction through seeds or spores. The first one is phanerogams and second one is cryptogam. Phanerogams Phaneron means flowering. The plants with seeds are called phanerogams. They contain embryo with stored food and are multicellular. But in cryptogams, the plant with spores are called cryptogam. They contain only naked embryo and are generally unicellular. We will see it in detail further. Now the fourth basis is seeds are inside the fruit or they can be naked, that is we can see with the eyes. That is first angiosperm. These are the plants with seeds inside the fruit and bears the flowers. Then there is gymnosperm. These are the plants with naked seed, that is we can see the seed outside and they do not bear flowers. Okay, so in the plants we have division. So first division is Thallophyta. So the Thallophyta, what is the meaning of Thallophyta? Thallophyta, it is again a Greek word. Thallo, thallus means lobed, and the meaning is the simple plants, very simple plants. There is no such complex organization in these plants. Thallus means lobed. So the first characteristic is body of the organism is not differentiated into organism. It is just a lobe. Okay. Then second point, mainly aquatic, found in marine and freshwater. As they do not have differentiated body, that is they do not have separate stem, leaves, then they do not have any roots. They do not have separate parts. So mostly they are found in the freshwater or salty water. The tissue for conduction of material and for mechanical strength is absent. As there is no differentiated body parts, they will no need any transport system in them. So there is no tissue system in them for the conduction. They are covered by mucilage. Mucilage means there is a slippery covering on them. You can feel the algae, right? So algae, how do you feel on your fingers? It is a mucilage, it is a mucus type. So they are covered with the mucilage. So why it is covered by mucilage? Because as they are present in the water all the time, they can get decomposed. So to prevent this decompose or the damage, they are always covered with a waxy layer, that is mucilage. Next, the reproduction is done by vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction. All three types are seen in this kingdom. The algae are the example of this division. You can see the photograph of algae. Next division is Bryophyta. Plant, that is body, is differentiated into leaf, root and stem like structures. In this Bryophyta, it is again a Greek word, the bryon. Bryon means tree moss and phyton means plant. So the moss plant, it is differentiated, means it has a separate leaf, root and stem. Special, as they are having special differentiated body structures, they need a conducting system. So the special conducting systems or the conducting tissues are not present because everything is present nearby. So there is no differentiated special conducting tissues. These are known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Please note that this can be asked as a fill in the blanks or match the followings or any of the MCQ type question. So which kingdom or the which division is known as the amphibians of plant kingdom? The answer is Bryophyta, as these can be lived on the land as well as in the water. Next, the reproduction is done by vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction. All the types are possible. And the examples are Funaria, Rixia and Mertensia. Example, you can see the diagram there. Next division is Pteridophyta. The pterido. Again, it is a Greek word, pteron. Pteron means feather and phyta means plant. So, the feather-like plants. You can see the picture over there. It feels like there are feathers. So, the pteron means feather. Plant body is differentiated into stem, leaf and roots. They also have a conductive system, that is tissue system. All the above discussed plant types doesn't bear seeds. Instead, they bear spores. They are also known as cryptogams. These plants are also known as cryptogams. They require water for the purpose of reproduction. Again, there is a MCQ type question. Dash type of division plants needs water for the reproduction. It is Pteridophyta. Okay, the examples are Dryopteris, Marsilia and Selaginella. Okay, you can see the example. It is an example of fern, Pteridophyta. Next division you can see here is a gymnosperm. Okay, so gymnos means naked and sperma means seed. That is, you can see the seed outside of the plant. Sorry, okay, yes, you can see the plant seed outside of the body. They are most primitive and simple seed plants. These plants bear naked seeds, means seeds are not enclosed in the fruit. You see the example of apple. The seeds are inside the apple. Correct? But you can see here the cycas plant. You can see the seeds outside it. Okay? Then the coconut. Coconut tree is also, the coconut which you eat is actually a seed. So this is also a gymnosperm. Correct? These are perennial evergreen trees having woody trunk. Perennial means all the seasons you can see them. They bear cones in which seeds are placed. You can see the structure of a coconut. How is the coconut? Under you have the spear and on the above it you have the cone. So all the seeds are present, the seed is present inside the cone. Xylem lacks vessels and phloem lacks companion cells. They are divided into again two groups, that is Saidae and Coniferae. The Saidae example is Cycas and Coniferae example is Pinus and Cedrus. Next division is Angiosperm. Again it is a Greek word. Angion means pot or embedded inside and sperme means seed. So the seeds are embedded inside, and where the seeds are embedded inside you can see the flowers. So these are known as flowering plants. They are highly evolved plants and they produce seeds that are enclosed within the fruit. These plants have flowers, hence they are called flowering plants. Embryo in seed has special structure called cotyledons which act as seed leaves at the time of germination. Cotyledons means there is a structure like this. So these are known as cotyledons and inside there is a seed. Okay. They are divided into again two groups, monocots and dicots. As the name suggests, subdivision, that is dicots. Di means two and cotyledons mean seed. The seeds produced by these plants have embryos with two fleshy leaves, the cotyledons. They have two cotyledons, they have two seeds. Their leaves have reticulate venation with network of veins. The root system has a prominent tap root. These are the particular characteristics which you have to remember compulsory. First is of the leaves. How are the leaves? How you can characterize or distinguish between dicotyledons and monocotyledonous plant. So these are the differentiation. First the leaves. Leaves, how are they? reticulate venation. Next, root is of taproot system. All these terms you have studied in the earlier classes. The flowers have 5 or multiple of 5 petals. They have more than 5 petals. The vascular bundles are arranged in a ring. Example is pea, potato, sunflower, etc. Next subdivision is monocotyledon, that is monocots. The seeds of these plants have only one cotyledon, that is only single seed, or the covering which I said, this is only a one seed, this is monocotyledon. And dicotyledon is there are two coverings over the seed, so this is dicotyledon. Their leaves have parallel venation. The root system consists of similar fibrous roots. The flowers are trimerous, that is they have 3 petals or multiple of 3 petals, that is 3, 6, 9 and so on. The vascular bundles are scattered and closed. Example you can see maize, wheat, rice, onion, etc. So here's, before coming to the classification of kingdom Plantae, the kingdom Plantae has two types. First, the cryptogams and phanerogams. That is, cryptogams is seedless and phanerogams is seed bearing. The cryptogams consist of again 3 divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. The Thallophyta, how you can remember? Thallus. Thallus means that is lobed, algae. You should view a algae picture in front of you, so that you can again summarize all the characteristics of algae. Next is Bryophyta, that is moss. You should remember the moss. Next, Pteridophyta, again the pteron. Pteron, what I said, pteron means the feather, so feathery plants. Example, ferns. Next, phanerogams, that is seed bearing. Gymnosperm, that is no flowers are there, and angiosperm, there is a flowering plants. Okay, the example, and in angiosperm you have again two types, two groups, monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. Okay, so we will see the distinguish between monocots and dicots. You can see here the first picture is of the cotyledon. There is, in monocot there is one cotyledon sorry, and in dicot there is 2 cotyledons. Next you can see the leaf venation. In the monocot the leaf venation is parallel venation. All the veins are parallel to each other. But in dicot all the veins are net-like. Correct? They are striated. Next is stems. The vascular bundles usually complexly arranged. See how that bundle, the dot you can see in the circle, that are the vascular bundles. They are complexly arranged. But in dicots they are usually arranged in a ring. Next is root. In monocots the root system is fibrous root system, and in dicot it is a taproot system. And in flowers the floral parts are in 5 multiple of 3, and in dicots it is in multiple of 4 or 5. Okay, so now we have covered here the kingdom Plantae, and in next video we will be covering of the kingdom Animalia. Thank you.